Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ladies Room Talk Show. I'm Clarissa Kenty, your Kingdom Concierge. Happy Monday, everybody. What a great day today. It was beautiful, and it wasn't really too hot like it has been 100 plus degrees, but nevertheless, it was a great day. I enjoyed it, and I was able to really spend a little bit of time with my grandbaby. Oh, it sounds so good to say grandbaby, granddaughter. I love being a grandma. Yep, that's what I am. Grandma. The grandma thing just really ain't land with me right. But grandma, yes, I love the grandma. So I'm really having a good time with my granddaughter. She is 3 weeks old, I think, this week. So she's doing good. Emery Jordan, she's doing good. And if you guys are following our story, with the Kenty household, you know the miraculous work that God has done with our family. And so if you missed that, go back to my page, Clarissa Lester Kenty, and kind of scroll down. There's 4 of 4. And my son went in order, sharing with you what God has done for my family. And just in short, it was definitely touch and go with an emergency C-section with my daughter in love. Very much touch and go for both of them. Both were on ventilators. One was on an ECMO machine, all the things. But God did a work, y'all. It was just to see it in real time. I still get teary-eyed. I mean, I really do, because God really did his thing during those 2 weeks and even beyond. So now mom is at home, baby is at home, everybody's doing great, and I'm just grateful. And I'm looking forward to, even though he was able to really kind of vlog the story, if you will, or blog the story, I'm looking forward to him and Jada, which is my daughter-in-law, to really verbally talk about it, because the testimony is like none other. It really is. And to see it in full time, in real time, it was just miraculous. So I'm very grateful. To God be the glory about what he's doing in our family, and how he was able to bring them out of such a time that was truly touch and go. But God is good, and I'm grateful for that. So I look forward to you guys really having it in, hoping that I can get the exclusive since I'm mom. So we're going to see about that exclusive story. I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping. So, but again, guys, listen, I want to personally thank all of you for your prayers. I want to thank you for your financial blessings into the household, bringing meals to the house. It's just, and you guys are still doing stuff. We're still getting things for the family. And so they're grateful. They are still kind of getting their bearings a little bit, but they'll be coming out to send some congratulatories for them personally. But again, guys, thank you so much for your prayers. I can't begin to tell you how much we're grateful for everything that you've done. I also want to give a big shout out to TEDx Alabaster. I was able to get on the TED stage, I think it was August 1st, and to deliver a speech called Where Do Tears Fall? And I'm just so grateful for that. I've been getting some really good feedback. People who have lost loved ones in their house here recently. I sent the link out to a young lady a couple of days ago, and she called me. She said, Mrs. Kenty, thank you so much for sending this to me, because my mother passed yesterday. And so that talk really hit well with her in the space that she's in right now. So, this is not just for losing a loved one. This is for any type of loss that you may have experienced over your time or in your life. It could be a relationship. It could be a marriage. It could be financial loss. It could be anything. It could be the life you thought you were supposed to have that you're not experiencing right now. Any type of loss, this talk addresses that. So definitely, if you haven't been out there, go out there. You can look up Clarissa Kenty. You can look up Where the Tears Fall, or you can go to TEDx Talks on YouTube and check it out. So again, thank you guys for the support. We're right at, I think, maybe 600 views right now. My personal goal is to get to 1,000. That's what I want, and plus, but I'll hopefully 1,000 before the year is out. So thank you for your support and sharing it, because I believe that we're going to really help some people get past some spaces in their life that they have been stuck in the loss. So again, thank you, TEDx Alabaster, for the opportunity and to be on the national stage now through YouTube on TEDx Talk. So Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I have a blessing tonight. I have not one, but two events that we're going to be talking about here tonight. I have four guests. One is going to come on in a few minutes, and then the other three will come on. We're going to have some girl talk. I love that. You know, I love me some girl talk in the ladies' room now. But our first guest coming in tonight, he is no stranger to the Ladies Room Talk Show. He's been in the Ladies Room Talk Show many, many times. So at this point, you know, Cedric really has a virtual key. He can use it whenever he wants to. I'll look to see on Facebook one day that he's in my show and I not even know about it. So that's just how common he is in the Ladies Room. And we always love to have him in. Cedric, welcome back to the Ladies Room Talk Show.
Well, thank you for having me.
How's it going?
It is going well. It's going well. I'm glad to be here. All is going well. And congratulations to you on being a glamour, as
yes. Hey, Cedric, you got to write a book about us.
I should do that.
My glam daughter. My glam daughter.
I should do that. That is wonderful. That is so awesome. Congratulations to you. And you have a daughter-in-law named Jada. I actually have a granddaughter named Jada. And she has a twin named Jayla. So they are Jayla and Jada. And so they both just went off to college. I tell you how time flies. It's amazing. But grandchildren are such a blessing. Your life will never be the same. I heard one guy said, if I'd known they were going to be this much fun, I would have had them first.
I heard. So I'll tell you, I'm already smitten.
She
already has
such a blessing.
Yeah, I love it. So, but you like kids anyway. You love children.
Yeah.
When I talk about you, I tell people he has over 1,000 books written already, but you're close to it. You have tons of children's books. I think I pretty much have every children's book that you've written thus far. And I think the bear book, I don't think I have yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to get that one. But I have all of your children's books, and I'm looking forward to when Emery is old enough that she'll be able to read those books when the time comes. So, but you have another book, another book coming out. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I have a book here called Carla's Idea Factory. Okay. You know, this is my 26th book. And most of my children's books center around little boys because I love that male and son relationship. Mm-hmm. So I'm always talking to young boys, and I'm often asked, why don't you have any books for young girls? Mm-hmm. So this time I wrote a story about a little girl. Her name is Carla, and she's very beautiful, but she's also very smart. Matter of fact, when people compliment her on how pretty she is, she always says, yeah, but I'm smart too. So she lets them know. She lets them know. And as the story goes, she's the smartest person in her class, and her science teacher, Mr. Tucker, enters her and her classmates in a STEAM competition. And for those of you who don't know, STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So they are in this competition, and that's what the book is about. But Carla is called Carla's Idea Factory because she comes up with all of these ideas, and she gets her ideas from the strangest place. Actually, she gets her ideas from her closet. She goes into her closet, and all of these ideas just start pouring into her. So that's why it's called Carla's Idea Factory.
I love how you come up with these things, Cedric, is beyond me. Do you hear me? That is so cool. So when you think about this book, what age group are you targeting for this book?
Basically, kids from 2nd to 6th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would be what, 8 to 10, 8 to 12, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a very good friend of mine who has a STEM program in downtown. Her name is Dr. Adrian. And once we get off the show tonight, I will text her information over to you.
Okay.
I think that would be a good connection for you.
Yeah, thank you.
She does. She has summer programs, amazing summer programs. She has a STEM program for the spring, so that she is all STEM all the time. And so I think it will be a very nice connection for you to have with her. That would be good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So now, book, is it already online? Is it available?
Yeah, it's already online. It's actually available on Amazon and on my website, which is cedricthreatt.com. You can go on there and click on the books tab, and it'll be the first one that pops up. And if you'd like to order one, click on that book, and it actually takes you straight to Amazon. Okay. Or you can just contact me directly, and I can send you an autographed copy.
Well, I'll be contacting you directly. I want my autograph book. You know how I roll. I want all autograph. And so since you've relocated, it's not as easy.
Right.
But you can definitely put it in the mail. I hope that you can go ahead and send that to me. So, Cedric, I'm thinking, hey, Lady T, how's it going? Thanks for coming into the ladies' room. And I'm thinking, for people who have organizations and teachers and that sort of thing, Cedric, is there a way that they can order these books in bulk?
Yes, they can do that. Again, they can go to my website and they can order an Amazon on bulk, or they can just contact me directly. My email address is CEDL, then the number 3 TT @gmail.com. That's CEDL 3 TT @gmail.com.
Okay. And I'm sure as some people are listening and coming in, they can put that down in the bottom, because I believe that you will definitely start hearing from some teachers, because you know, reading is a big thing, and still our young people are not getting the concept of the importance of reading. So we definitely have to get these books in their hands, so not only that they're reading, but they're reading about their own culture. And they're reading about young kids, young boys, young girls who they can relate to. I have no knock against other books, but sometimes the way the books are written, it's hard to relate when you're raised in a different culture. And so I love the fact that your books target that. And so I really believe that you'll have some teachers and some instructors that will reach out to you so that we can get these books into our children's hands. And I like the fact that you're targeting that second grade, because those second graders can read your books, because I think a lot of your books are stamped. And I think the Bear book may be for a little bit older kids, but that second grade is that's what we're targeting, so that they can be ready and prepared for the standardized test that they have to take in the third grade. And so I love it. I love it. I'm so excited. This is great. Congratulations. I'm looking forward to getting my book in the mail with the signed autograph.
I got you.
My granddaughter's for books. So congratulations, man. This is just so awesome. And hey, Fifi Redmond, welcome to the ladies' room. Thank you. Mr. Kenty, thanks for putting in the email address for Cedric. I think it's
CED.
It's CED.
CEDL.
CED. Thank you so much. Now, Cedric, also, I want to share this before we bring our guest on. Now, a lot of people know this because I gave you a shout out in my book, that you helped me in writing and producing my first book, publishing that. But you are also, I probably put this title on you because you've helped me and you've helped so many other people that I know, but you are a publisher and you help people. You are a book coach, where you're helping people to write their book, get it ready, push it through KDP, and you're live. And so I remember when you helped me with my first book. I mean, I was just shaking like this, guys, and he got me all the way up to the fact of like pressing that button to go live with the book, and my hand was like this. He was like, "What are you waiting for?" I was like, "I'm nervous." It had been so long, such a long time coming. It was like, let's press the button. But yes, and so, but you're just very, very patient. For first-time people like me. And so I have recommended you to several people who are first-time book writers, and you have been so patient and so kind, and you've helped us all to get past that stumbling block or that speed bump, if you will. And so I do want to put that out there for those of you who you're sitting on your book, you think you can't write it, you think it's not ready, you just need that push, that nudge. Guys, hire Cedric Threatt. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. He's helped so many of us get to where we are today. And so, Cedric, even since the time that I've talked to you, I'll be pushing out another book this week.
All right. Congratulations.
So it's coming out. So I'm excited, and I'll get that book.
Just rinse and repeat, huh?
Kind of. Yeah, kind of. I was still nervous, but I heard you in my ear. Just press the button. So listen, Sergio, anything else you want to share here tonight?
Well, I just want to say thank you again for inviting me to the Ladiez Room. I think you guys are doing a great work, and it's much needed. And I'm just excited about this new endeavor or this new chapter in my life. I don't know if you see all these boxes in the background. We just moved to a new house, and I got boxes everywhere, but I'm starting a new job, and we're in a new city and all kinds of stuff. So it's just a new chapter in life. So continue to pray for me as I embark on this. And I'm also going out doing some speaking engagements, because I still speak to kids and do presentations for them, but I mainly speak to teachers now. I speak at professional development meetings and institute meetings. I just did an institute for the Leeds School District a couple weeks ago. And next week, I'm actually going to be speaking at a senior citizen facility to a group of senior citizens. So I just enjoy going out, utilizing the gifts that God has blessed me with to go out and speak to people and encourage them, people of all ages. So thanks again for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Sergio. You already know. You got the virtual key now. You just use it whenever you
yeah,
use it.
I got to use it. I gotta use
it. Sit down, grab
it. I gotta get with you on this TEDx thing, because that's one of my things on my lifetime achievement list, as I call it. I don't call it a bucket list. I call it my lifetime achievement list. I love it. But I want to do a TED talk. So
reach out to me. We'll talk this week.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. All right, Ernest, he put out the correct email address here. So guys, listen, teachers or organizations, you guys need to really reach out to Cedric. Those of you who are pushing and promoting books and reading and education, Cedric Threatt is your guy. So go ahead and reach out to him, ced13tt@gmail.com. All right, Cedric, thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight. TT, he said, put TT.
CEDL. See, that's why I always make that L capitalized, because people think it's 13.
Yeah, so
my middle initial is L, so it's said L Threatt is what that is. So
what's the middle name? Lorenzo?
Luscious Lips.
I'm sure that's what your wife says anyway.
Well, that's what I tell people, but it's actually Lanier.
What is it?
Lanier.
Lanier. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cedric Lanier. I got it. And then whatever your wife refers to it as. All right, Cedric. Thanks so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Always
all
a
right.
pleasure.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right. All right, guys, listen, what an amazing first half of the Ladiez Room Talk Show. Cedric always does a great job, and I'm excited about this new book. I love the cover. I love the illustration. He really does a great job in writing, guys. If you don't have his children's books, get them. We all know children somewhere. These books are amazing. I'm an adult, and I love reading his books. They're just really, really good. So reach out to him, guys. Check him out, because I'm telling you, you need to have these books in your repertoire. They're really, really good. All right, guys. So listen, my next half of the show, I have some wonderful, smart, intelligent, beautiful ladies. Not only are they on my show, but we're all going to be gracing the stage next month for the Women of Excellence Presents Girlz Talk. Oh, it's going to be hot and popping. I like to say hot as fish grease, and you know that's mighty hot. It's mighty, mighty hot. All right, guys. So listen, I'm going to bring the founder up to the Ladiez Room. She's going to be the first one coming up. She is a beautiful soul. We had an opportunity to meet at a church event, and we just kind of looked at each other and we just connected. We just naturally connected. And I really, really love her. I love her finesse. I love how different she is. And she doesn't mind being that woman, that girl. And she brings it. She is powerful, powerful, powerful. Someone brings to the stage here, first time in the ladies' room, but not her last time, the amazing, classy act, Cynthia Frazier. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I am excellent. What about you, beautiful?
I am doing good. I had a great day. I spent time with my grandbaby. I had an amazing day today.
Yes, yes. To God be the glory. I got a little tidbit of your story from your assistant, Allison, and I'm like, wow, God. But you know what? That's one thing about God. He is a healer. He
Yeah.
is a healer, and He did
Yes.
that. And He did that. Your baby, your grandbaby has purpose.
She does.
Has
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why she's here. Yes, I'm excited.
Yes, I am too. And I'm excited about your conference. I mean, let's just tell the audience about it. Tell them about, well, first of all, tell them about you, because not only are you a curator for the conference, but there's another thing you do too. I think it has something to do with pink.
I love how you said that. Yes, my blood, it runs pink. It runs pink. I am so blessed to be a top pink Cadillac sales director with Mary Kay. And I love, love, love what I do. This October, I will have been celebrating my business now for 28 years. And I truly started Mary Kay just to make some friends. And it turned into a career for me after I gave birth to my first baby. We call him AJ, my son, and I have two amazing daughters too, Caitlin and Cameron. So it turned into a full-fledged business for me because I truly wanted to be in the home with my family. I don't want to get ahead of your question, but why I put this conference together. But I thought about something immediately as to why my heart run heavy with me doing this conference. But maybe I'll answer that question later. I won't get ahead of myself. But yes, I love, love, love being a mentor, coach, teacher, and a friend and a cheerleader with my Mary Kay business as I cheer on my unit and my directors that I mentor in Mary Kay. Yes.
Oh, you got to be somebody if you're driving a pink Cadillac. Oh, you got to be somebody.
I am grateful. I am grateful. I like to say it like that. I'm very grateful. Yes.
Yeah, you're very humble spirited. And I knew when we met for the first time, I'm like, oh yeah, she'll be somebody I can kind of get down with. I like this.
Yes,
I love it. And so, and even in that, we kind of talked a little bit, and you reached out to me and you was like, look, I have an idea. I believe God has something in my spirit and want to know if you can be a part. And I didn't even have to think about it because I know you by the spirit. And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to be a part of this. And so it's Women of Excellence presents Girlz Talk. And I like the play on the S and the Z, which is, of course, that's how we do at the Ladies Room. So I love that play. So let's talk about it. Girlz Talk. I mean, where did it come from? What's the purpose of it? And how can we get involved?
Okay, so great. So this idea has really just been playing around in my head. I am so passionate about supporting women and helping women live the best version of themselves. That's what I do with my Mary Kay business. A lot of times people think Mary Kay is about selling. So you got to sell, sell, sell. That is so not what Mary Kay is all about. I always tell people it's the product that brings the product is the magnet that brings two people together. But it's truly about women empowerment and women enriching women's lives. What brought this about? I'm gonna say this stemmed from childhood. I grew up in a single parent home, and I watched my mom work so hard to take care of the last four children that was left in the home. The other five were already adults and on their own. And I've just always had a passion for wanting to help women to truly become financially independent. I always say that a lot of times women wouldn't stay in bad situations if they had the finances or the wherewithal to get out of those situations. And so I just always had a passion for helping women. And God just said, you know what, bring women together and bring different women to talk about different things that really affect women, or that women need more knowledge in. And so with this conference, of course, we have you, the amazing you, as one of our guest speakers, and I'm really excited about that. We have, you'll meet a doctor that will be on. She's an OBGYN. She'll be coming in momentarily. We have a speaker that will be speaking on finances, getting your finances together, financial wisdom. We have someone talking about exercise, being fit, keeping the body tight, just every aspect of a woman's life, mentally, personally, spiritually, and financially. So, it's going to be a great conference. And I'm just saying, hey, ladies, this is going to be so much fun, so much girlfriend time, just connecting, get your bestie, get your mom, your sister, get some co-workers, and come, you guys. It's fun. The cost is $50, but the $50 covers your lunch. We're going to have lunch, and we're going to have tons of vendors, because us ladies, we love to shop, and it's just going to be a great time. But I promise, when you leave, you will be enlightened. Like I pray that when you leave, you will not be the same. So I'm excited.
Yes, I'm excited too. And you just started introducing some of the speakers, and so we have two speakers that'll be coming on tonight. And I think you mentioned Dr. Tony.
Yeah, Antonia Williams. Yes.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about her.
So, I refer to her as Tony, Doc Tony. I met Tony on the sidewalk one day in Trustville. And so when I met her, it's a little funny story. I'll keep it short. I said, you and I are going to be friends. And Tony is from New Jersey. And, people up north, they're like, what? You're weird. They're like, stranger danger. But she immediately connected with me because she saw in my pink Cadillac that I had 2 car seats. And she knew I was safe because I had children, and so did she. And so we just immediately connected. But Dr. Williams, she is a OBGYN. I like to remind her that, do you realize you bring life into the world? Like you bring life into the world. You're the first person who touched the baby, when it's coming out of his mom's womb. But she is such an exceptional doctor, friend. You talk about a heart of gold. I can always identify with people who are genuine, and she is so genuine and loving and always willing to support and care. And she definitely cares about women and children. Yes. Yes.
Right. Well, hello, Doc. How are you?
Hi.
I think the people want to clap.
Love it.
Yeah, so we're excited to have you on the Ladiez Room Talk Show, and excited what you're going to be talking about on that. And we're going to bring our next guest on, and then we're going to talk a little bit more and let you tell a little bit more about yourself as well. So, Cynthia, who's our next guest?
Oh, wow. So our next guest, so I'm going to say this. Most people know her as Apostle Trillium Williamson. But Trillium, I just tell you a little bit how I know her. Trillium is actually a consultant in my unit. That's how we met. We met through one of my other consultants whose team she joined. But oh my gosh, you talk about a woman who loves God, who loves people, loves the word of God, and truly like to share her passion for her love of Christ. And I will just give you guys a little snippet. Trillium's piece in our conference on the 19th of September at 10 a.m. is going to take place at the Avondale Law. Trillium, I know what I was going to say about Trillium. Trillium is just so amazing. When I tell you a woman that really comes to serve, she comes to serve, not only serve God, but to serve other people. She's truly a person that I believe will give you the shirt off her back. Like, she is so loving. And she's going to talk about, yes, let me get to that part. She's going to talk about life after divorce. Stay tuned.
Wow.
Stay tuned. Yes.
Okay, that's going to be hot, Apostle. That's going to be hot. Welcome to the Ladies Room, Doc and Apostle. Apostle, I think you've been in the Ladies Room before.
Well, this is my first sit down on the couch.
Right. Okay.
On the fluffy couch. This is my first time, but I've always loved the Ladies Room. I've always loved you. I always love all of you all. Love each and every one of you all.
Well, thank you guys, you ladies, for being on. And I know, Apostle, you have a show at 8, so I certainly won't keep you long.
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. Mm-hmm.
All right, because I pops in for the prayer too now, 8 o'clock. What is it called? The Fire. That's your book.
Oh, and it's released the Kingdom International Ministries.
Kingdom International, yes. I try to get in so I can be Kingdom, right? Yeah. And if you have not joined that prayer at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook, it is powerful. I think you cover everything that can possibly be prayed for.
Okay.
Yeah, it's powerful. So, ladies, let's just talk about girls talk. Let's talk about some of the things that we're going to be talking about on that night. So, Doc, are you talking about health things and us being ladies?
Well, I'll kind of get a feel of where exactly, if people want specific topics, because in women's health, there's such a range of topics. And I kind of teased on my, on just a posting that I did on Facebook that I'll be there. A lot of people want to know when I'll be opening up my own practice. However, I'm a little tired right now. So I'm, just doing what I do. But I will be available afterwards to talk about individual questions that people may have pertaining to women's health. In general, I want to talk to people about things that we can do to control our health. Some things come upon us and we have no control over that. However, getting us to a healthy state so that if one of those things come upon us that we cannot control, that we are in a state where we can, fight, because the body can fight some illnesses. However, I see in line, and some of the things that we get, when I see like cartfuls of soda and sugars and processed foods and all that, the body has nothing to fight fight illness. Your immune system has nothing to fight illness with, because it's like putting junk into a car and not putting premium gas and oil and getting the oil changes. If you're not taking care of the maintenance, the car is going to go, and if you've got good quality car, it's going to go far. However, eventually all will conk out sooner rather than later. So there's some individual topics, again, breast cancer being just high. The rates are so high in this country in particular, and what can we do to prevent it? We're not exactly sure, because we're not sure where all breast cancers come from. However, we do know that there are some things that we can do just to be in a healthier state.
I'm a supplements person. I love supplements. But I want to talk to you about that, because I take them because I know some things that are found in foods aren't necessarily there. So I'm pescatarian now, been pescatarian for 3 years. And so most of my protein is through fish, all types of, and I like seafood, all types of seafood. But then there are times I eat a lot of veggie stuff, so I may not even have protein. And so what I realized is that I was like super tired during the day. I'm like, what is wrong with me? And I started thinking about it, and I said, okay, what am I doing different? And I realized is that I wasn't getting that consistent protein like I was when I was eating chicken. I've been off beef and pork for 20 some odd years, but I was eating more chicken. So when I pulled the chicken off, I was like super tired. And so I started adding a little bit more protein back in my diet, and it helps. And so, but I'm just really interested in your take on supplements, stuff like probiotics, prebiotics, health, that sort of thing.
So I do believe in supplements, and I take supplements myself. However, where we have to start is, remember, you would think that everyone knows, what we should eat and what we should not eat, but we don't realize that a lot of the things that we are eating are processed, and therefore with them being processed, so whether you're pescatarian, if you're just vegan, whichever way, if you're eating meat all the time, whichever way you decide to go, you have to be careful what your initial food selection. If I go into the store and everything I get is coming from, a can or a box, and it's got you read the package and it's, you're beyond 10 ingredients, for a box of mac and cheese, then you're getting some extra things in your diet. And is our body designed to process that? But yeah, so to answer your question, yes, we do need, and it changes, depending on where we're at. We do need a certain level of protein. We also need some nutrients like B vitamins to help us to break down some of the foods in a healthy manner that we have. And all of it in the foods that we have, we won't necessarily get. And it just, and it's individual for different people, because let's say if there's a person under a lot of stress, they may require a different type of diet or supplementation than someone who is under less stress or who may have some other issues. And it's a, short program, so it's like so many things I want to hit on, like sugar, is like the number one addiction in America. And it's in everything. It's in places where it doesn't need to be or shouldn't be. And yet we're consuming all of this, and we're wondering, to your point, why, so for some people, if they're so tired, I would be like, how much sugar is in your diet? So let's start taking I'm not saying, go cold turkey and just eat lettuce, which you don't want to do nowadays anyway, but anyway, just eat carrots all day. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying pay attention to what food you're eating, the source from where they're coming. Not all proteins are the same. Let's say and my knowledge has evolved, but let's say, you get up and you got to run and, you have like an orange soda for breakfast, and then you're still running, and then, you go to one of the fast food restaurants and, you get a shake and fries. And so, and within those, even within that makeup, how much natural food is in what you have. So what was your body designed for? If we talk, we go back to God and the purpose and how we were put together, and we're formed of the ground, and gave us, Eden with perfect ingredients that didn't have any preservatives in that thing. And where we are now, coming in an industrialized society where they're producing things in bulk, and there are things in the food made to preserve the food. They're just things that our bodies were not designed to handle. And I believe that in and of itself is causing a lot of the breakdown and the declining health, the strange, like rheumatoid illnesses and inflammation, arthritis, and things of that nature.
Wow. See, this is why, ladies, you need to be at this conference. I mean, you just shared a wealth of knowledge for us. And so if you're like 40s and up, we're looking at things a little bit different. We're looking at longevity. We're like 80 doesn't look so old after all. We was like 80, what? I'm like, that's the new 20, we're looking at that now. And so, and with you sharing those things, guys, listen, you want to be in a space, number one, that gives you an opportunity to ask these questions. And Doc is going to be in the building. She's going to be in the building at this conference where we're going to sit back, girls. I mean, she is with GYNOB. It's more than some supplements and 40 plus we need to be talking about with Doc. And so that's a space where we'll be able to ask these questions, sit down, talk with her, meet her personally. Guys, this is going to be amazing. You don't want to miss this conference. Not only are we going to talk about health, but we're going to talk about life after divorce. Listen, some of us out here, hey, we have to make some transitions. We're no longer what we used to be. We've had to make some transitions from being married to being single. And so not only do you just have a person just off the cuff that's talking about this, you have an apostle that's going to talk to you about life after divorce and is going to base it on biblical principles. So some of you are experiencing things and you're like in a stuck place and you can't get past the trauma. You can't get past the degrading. You can't get past the loss. But then you got this apostle Trillium, the apostle Trillium, that's going to be talking to us about life after divorce. Apostle, talk to us. How are you going to help these ladies out here?
Well, again, thank you for having us on. My journey started, I've been divorced for about a little bit over 8, maybe close to 10 years now. Matter of fact, it's funny. I tell everybody this. I can remember the very spot in my living room where the Lord told me this. He said, "You never told me that you love me." These was his exact words. And I went to running off a list. Yes, I'm in church. Yes, I'm serving. Yes, people know our names and all of this good stuff. But I went to running off a sugar daddy list of what I was doing and thinking it was okay. In other words, he was trying to get me to relationship with him.
Yeah.
And when we start losing ourselves in our marriage, see, and I got to be honest, I brought my marriage as an idol before God. Yeah. But see, nobody taught us about placing things where they're supposed to be. God first for real. Not God first because we go to church and we do the rituals and we do all this. I mean, seriously, have a one-on-one relationship. And you know what? I am so grateful. I am so grateful for that level of process because I've never been so engulfed in love with God like I am before, because I have a newfound love and a found relationship. When I was going through my process with my divorce, I had looked in the mirror. I didn't know what depression looked like until July, maybe 2017, and the Lord told me to cut the light on for the first time in 6 months in the kitchen. Didn't know I had mail all over my counter, mail all in my car, bills, mail, just deep depression. Nobody never told me about the separation anxiety. Nobody never told me about when you really suffer from somebody, it really is an actual, it feels like a physical death. Now you are separating from a soul tie, and now you got to go through this process of finding who you are. We're talking about journeys. We're talking about journeys. So divorce it's not easy, but it's not the end. So I had to go, and this was years of process. This is years of process. I had to find out who I was and what I have allowed, and then I had to find out, watch this, what colors I actually like. I had to sit with myself. Do you know what you like? Because you've always poured into the family, you poured into the marriage, but now everything is silent. Who are you? You're not Mrs. anymore, but who are you? See, I thought I was, because I had Mrs. on my name, that's what identified me. So I had to go through these processes of finding out who I was, finding out the true. I had to find out that I was a daughter of the Most High God first.
Mm. Mm.
How many women go through divorces and found out that I'm not covered, but now what do I do? But I have a covering.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to get my relationship and my focus back on him. So I had to go through all of this stuff and go through these processes and he had me gut out like a fish, like in a fetal position, because right now I'm separating myself from a soul tie of almost 30 something years.
Mm.
It's not fun, but I'm grateful because my relationship, yes, I go through stuff. Good googly goo. I go through stuff. But my relationship with the Father is so much more and I know that people might see this weird, but I won't never forget what he's brought me through.
Mm-hmm.
Identity. People look at the outside, but it's some stuff that it was some internal stuff that was going on. Why did we get connected? Why did we do this, that, and the other? Were these broken pieces getting connected, trying to make holes?
Mm.
As an individual, before anybody gets married, we got to make sure that we're whole as an individual. Because two parts, they say two parts make a whole. It really a whole make a whole lot better. So we have to get to the place of, okay, I went through this divorce, and let me go ahead and tell you, I'm not ashamed to say that I went to counseling.
Mm-hmm.
That's C word. I went to counseling. I had to go to counseling and wonder what went wrong and what did I do and then first of all, am I lacking something? I went to counseling. I tell go to counseling. Go to counseling. I don't care. Go to counseling. Sit on the sofa. Talk, weep, cry, scream, yell, whatever. No judgment. But get you some counseling. Our community needs to know that counseling is not a curse word.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I went is got some counseling. And in all of my processes, and God was calling me to these different levels, I'm like, look, I just barely cut the light on. I was putting my clothes on. You calling me to do this? I can barely put my shoes on, and you're calling me to do this. But it was all through process and grooming and this and other stuff. And it took a level of ministering to other people, saying, listen, divorce is it's just a reset. And sometimes you have to go through a hard reset to get into alignment. I had to go through a hard reset to bring my focus back to God and really find out what a father's love truly was. See, my dad died early. He died when I was 4. He was murdered. So I didn't get that father, that daddy love. I had to go through and I don't, it was a part of my making.
Right.
But when we go through our things and making and molding and processes, then we'll find out what we can stand up under, who we truly are. How can we stand? And I mean, it's just, if people can understand, divorce is not a bad word. It's a painful word, but it's not a bad word. It's just a reset to a new life.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to just put our focus back. Okay, Lord, I'm alone, but you're never alone.
Mm-hmm.
So Christ he's been my covering, my provider, my peace, my corrector. It was some areas of my life I had to get corrected. We have to tell the truth about it. And so I want the ladies to understand that your value don't depreciate when you're divorced. I tell it like this: the party just got started, because you're getting ready to find out who you truly are.
In your talking and just hearing the tips that you're giving and the comments that you're making, what you're going to be talking about on that Saturday, anybody can benefit from this. So I don't want people thinking, oh, that's just for people who've experienced divorce. I don't need to listen to that, or I'm just gonna be there, but I'm gonna turn my ears off. No, turn your ears on, because how you're able to get through this particular loss is how you can get through most losses. It's not just for divorce. Some of the things that you're talking about, you can lose a career. And once you lose that career, you've lost identity, because you have tied yourself into your position, being that girl to being not that girl. So now you don't know who you are, because you're not that girl anymore. You don't have the Fortune 500 job. You don't drive the Porsche anymore. You aren't wearing the Chanel anymore because you can't afford it. And so now you don't know who you are. So, what you're going to be talking about, I would admonish anybody. You coming to this conference, don't just think, well, no, I'm just going to shut off because that didn't have anything to do with me. No. All of us have experienced some form of loss in some kind of way. And so they can benefit from that. Everybody can. And so when you mention things about losing yourself, that is so true. Because if you've been married for any period of time, I've been married for 30 plus years. So, and I'm guilty. I have lost myself along the way, and I had to go back and find it again. Doc mentioned that she has some children, and Cynthia has children. I have 3 adult kids. My daughter, my last one, just graduated from Motivational to college. So now I'm kind of like, okay, let me see what this is. My parents have gone on to be with the Lord. My in-laws have gone on to be with the Lord. So there's no caregiving things that we need to divert our attention to now. So now, I'm at this space and I'm like, well, who is this girl now? You don't have to raise kids anymore. You're not caring for anybody. Who am I now? So, that's a new space and a new turn in the chapter in our lives. And a lot of that comes with who am I now, Apostle? A lot of that comes with I'm over 40. What in the world do I do with this body? Because it ain't hitting like it used to hit back in 20. So, Cynthia, you have brought some stellar speakers to this conference. And I'm so glad that we've had the space to be able to get to know them, get to know their thoughts, because when you get to know people and you understand their heart, you can trust what they have to say. And so this has just been a great sit down, just a real good girlfriend talk, so that people can get to know the speakers, they can get to know what they're going to share. Now, Cynthia, we didn't ask you what you're going to be sharing that day. So what will you be sharing with us that day as well?
Well, let's just say that image is everything. Oh. Image is everything. Okay. And when I speak of image, I'm not just talking about your appearance. I'm talking about the inner you, that inner you. Yeah. So I'm gonna be talking about some things. It's gonna be some
she trying to be a woman of mystery. She don't want to let us go everything.
Well, when I speak of image, I'm going to be talking a little bit about. So I do this thing. This is cute, and I'm going to do it at the event. I'm going to tell everybody to hold their arms out in front of them, and then I'm going to say, brush your feelings off your sleeve. Okay, just brush it off, because I'm bound to step on your toes. Okay. What I generally say is pray for yourself, then pray for me. Okay, because you might be looking up there saying who she thinks she is, But I'm just going to be speaking from the heart. I'm going to be speaking from the heart. I think somewhere in life, I think that, and remember that I mentor a lot of women. I meet a lot of women, whether they're my customers or whether they're in my unit as consultants or my directors that I mentor. But I mentor a lot of women, so I'm exposed. And I see a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds. And one of the things that I realized somewhere in there, women have lost, I'm going to call it femininity. Like we've stepped away from that. And somewhere in there, we forgot that it's okay to look nice. It's okay to present yourself in a way. It's not okay to come out in bonnets and slippers and pajama pants, and it's just not okay. I mean, maybe it is for you. I'm nobody's mama except for Kate, Cameron, and AJ. I don't
care who you are, so it will never be okay.
It's not okay. Don't do it. But so I'm talking about some things like that. But image is also your character. Do you have integrity? Like, do you tell people you're gonna do something and you have no intentions of doing it, but you told them you would do it? Image is integrity. Image is so this is no judgment. Again, as I said, wipe your feelings off your sleeve because I'm gonna step on somebody's toe. But image is not having a profane mouth, like cursing and just gossiping. That's image. That's image. What are you known for? Like when people speak of you, what do people say about you? Like when you heard me describing Trillium and Tony, like I only had great things to say. If I had talked about you, our first encounter with each other, I'm like, first of all, I noticed your image. I was like, she's sharp. I need to know her. And when I came over and talked with you, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's just as beautiful as she is nice. You were so pleasant. We were talking like we known each other forever. We just laughing and talking. We found that we had so much in common. But all of that was your image. It was your image. We've all, maybe you've heard this, maybe you've not, okay? But have you ever heard that you only have 7 seconds to make a first impression? And 5 of those seconds are how you present yourself. How did you express yourself? Did you tell the world today that I care about me? Or did you come out and say, I don't care. I don't care how I look. It doesn't even matter. And then the other 2 seconds is when you open your mouth. It's when you open your mouth and start talking. What do you say? It's so many things. It's so many things. I don't want to give it all away, but I promise you, you're going to probably get mad at me and then you're going to be laughing with me because I love humor. I love to laugh. And again, I'm an exalter. I love to lift people up. So I'm going to tell you the truth, but I'm going to exalt you in it. And we're going to laugh a lot too. So I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about it.
It's going to be great. Yeah, it's going to be great because from what I'm hearing, we're going to be talking about the total woman.
The total woman.
Yeah. I mean, everything is touched. And even the ladies that aren't here on the show tonight, you got someone that's talking about fitness. You have someone that's going to be talking about the financial part of everything. So, it's so much that's going to be covered on that Saturday. People just need to be ready. I would admonish anybody, listen, you want to get here. It's just $50. We spend $50 getting coffee in the morning. Anyway, I stay off of that. But we do. We do. So guys, listen, just go ahead and I'm going to be continuing to post, and all of us will be posting on our platforms. And there's a QR code that's there that you can scan that QR code or you press it, just hit the image and press it. And it will reroute you to the link to go ahead and get your ticket. And you don't want to wait on this, guys, because the tickets are going to start coming and they're going to start going and going and going. And we want to make sure we have a good number for this because we have small businesses that are going to be there to showcase the best of their products, the best of their services. And we want to support them. We want to support small businesses. So it's going to be a whole thing. The food is going to be great too. It's going to be spectacular. So it's going to be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So Cynthia, thank you so much for the opportunity to be on the conference and to be on the platform there. It's going to be great. Doc, I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. I cannot wait. It's going to be a great, great thing. Someone asked about vitamins. Lady T, you may have to come to the conference and get that question answered to ask about those vitamins. So, but she was like, what recommend? So you may have to go to
we'll talk.
Yes.
I want to add something too, because Trillium was talking about she went to counseling. So we have one of our speakers is a counselor, and she's all about talking about that family and the makeup of kids and raising kids and just things of that nature. So she'll be offering her expertise too in that area. So again, it's the total woman. Just like you said, it's the total woman. And I want to say this too, that I have some door prizes for a certain amount of people who get registered and get registered fast. And you definitely want to register by the 15th. so that we can make sure everybody gets their lunch. Okay. All right. So it's deadlines in this. So, I mean, excuse me, not by the 15th, excuse me. Register by the 31st, which is 7 days from now, to make sure that we can get your lunch in and everything. We want to make sure everything's just done right and done with excellence. Remember, we are women of excellence. Okay. And so, don't wait to be great. Get registered.
I love it. I love it. All right, guys, we want to see you there. As I always say, and a friend of mine used to tell me, don't meet me there, beat me there. It's going to be great.
Yes.
Oh, I'd like to ask you something, Cynthia. Do we have to wear a certain color, or are we dressing up? Are we funky fly? Or are we sassy? What's the core?
Okay, so Trillium is the decor. Is our color still like a purple and what is it? Purple? Oh gosh, come on, Trillium. Purple, was it purple and yellow? What was it? Trillium, come on, you're our decor. Are you frozen?
Wasn't it orange? Purple and orange.
Purple and orange. Yeah, purple and orange. Yes, thank you, Tony. Like that skipped me. So you know what?
I know.
We can't be color coded. Let's wear your purple or your orange. Purple is royalty. We're stepping right into the fall. We were thinking about the colors of leaves and the pretty colors of fall. So yeah, purple and orange. Yes. Trillium's over the decoration part.
Yeah. Wear your best purple or orange.
Purple and orange.
On out is going to be great. Again, give them the date again, the time, and the location.
Okay, so of course the date is Saturday, September the 19th. The time is 10 a.m. to 2, and we're going to start on time. So one thing to know about Image is if you're 15 minutes early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. Okay, so make sure you get there early. The doors will open up at 8:30. You want to get your seat, you want to get comfortable, and you just want to be ready to make some friends and all that fun stuff. You got time to sit around and meet some new girlfriends. So again, the time is from 10 a.m. to 2. And we are serving lunch. That's part of the fee. Lunch is included in that. And we're going to be at the Avondale Gallery and Law. And of course, that address is 4322 3rd Avenue South, Birmingham, 35222. And all of that is, of course, on the flyer. Yes.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Big shout out to all of our guests who made comments here tonight. Lady T, Fifi Redmond, Ernest Kenty, Adriana, I believe, Shavonda, some of the people who come in regularly to support the Ladiez Room every week. So thank you guys for popping in. Be sure to share this live so we can get more information out about that conference that's coming up on the 19th. It's going to be spectacular. All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I know you're busy, Doc. You got a lot of things going on too. Thank you guys both for chiming in and hanging out. Hope you enjoyed yourself. We want you to come back again real soon.
Yes.
Thank you for having us. We enjoyed ourselves. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful and safe rest of the evening. And remember, election time is coming up here real soon. We want to make sure that we are ready, we're educated, and we're voting. I'm not letting off of that. If you look at my profile, you see vote around it, because I don't want us to ever forget what we have to do. It's our right. It's our privilege. It's our responsibility. Okay. So get out there and vote, and make sure you take somebody out to the polls with you. All right. Love you guys. Stay safe. See you next week. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Step into the ladies' room with Clarissa.